Welcome back to the Comic Book ASM Artist. Today we're doing another comic book haul, but there's also some other side things I'm going to be showing off too, some other unboxings. So, I was able to acquire this from my childhood recently off of eBay, so we'll be unboxing this. As well as I got 3 of these Funko Free Comic Book Day mystery boxes. And each one the contents are different in, and I'll show you how to check for that. And there's a chance to win stuff in those too. And then finally, we have a Grail comic commission cover convention sketcher, however you want to say it. Basically a comic legend drew this commissioned cover sketch that I never thought I would ever get, so I'll be showing that off. And then our regular books here, and then a couple pops that I picked up searching for the San Diego Comic-Con stuff. So everything just kind of gonna be scattered a bit, so I'll show off some books and then break with a box and that sort of a thing. So stick around. So first off, we have G.I. Joe. This is Complete Silence. Now, I'm not a big G.I. Joe collector, but this has been considered as one of the best G.I. Joe stories. On the back, basically the gimmick here. In 1984, Larry Hama and Steve Leialoha made a noise-free, dialogue-free comic book, which was G.I. Joe number 21, Silent Interlude. Considered just a fan favorite, one of the best books. And then later on in 2008, Larry Hama and Jeremy Dale expanded upon it with a story called Silence Between Borders. So that collects both of those stories. So yeah, as you can see, this reprints classic story here. And there's no dialogue, it's all just, told through the pictures, as a good book should. If you pull dialogue out of the pictures for your comic, you should be able to get a pretty clear indication of what's going on in the story. So that's done very well here. This is very much sequential art mastery. So, and we do have on the screen here some words, but that doesn't count, But yeah, so this is the classic story. And then later on in the book, you get to see the 2008 story here. Yeah, I just kind of saw this in the solicitations and the previews, so figured I would pick it up. And I won't be bagging and boarding anything today just because I have so much stuff to get through. The next one, Snake Eyes Dead Game. This is the Rob Liefeld miniseries that has been talked about for a little bit here. So, to my knowledge, Liefeld is doing the whole series. I believe it's maybe 4 or 5 parts. Not 100% sure. But I enjoy the stuff. So, of course, I wanted to check it out. It's a nice action shot here. So I enjoy looking forward to reading that one. Just something different, Next we got the Savage Dragon number 250. I haven't read a lot of the recent Savage Dragon or anything. I read some of the earlier stuff later on, though, because I was a kid when it came out. And I got to meet Eric, like, at Emerald City. I guess it's maybe been 3 years ago now. But, yeah, so this is just kind of an oversized book, you know, commemorating everything Eric has done. I would say this is a mature book. I did see a bit of nudity when I was trying to record earlier, but there was too much noise. There is some different art styles and stuff too. But on the main front, it just credits Eric, and then it's kind of inserted within the story for other. Yeah, so like there's a Greg Kirkpatrick did the story right here. There's a lot of content here, so trying to find the exact page. Here's another one. Joe Zimmerman did this one here. And then they all have like these little weird interludes too. And we see that Andy Kuhn has helped with the story here. And this is done in more of a traditional style. You can see the little newsprint dots there. And then this one here, Rich Woodall helped with the art on. And I'm sure I might even be missing some of the artists in here too. There's a lot to take in. And then in the back, I'm not sure if this is a reprint of the classic first appearance of the dragon or not. But you can see he doesn't have his giant fin. He's known to have, see. So I think this is either a reprint or an homage to that. And once again, this is with the classic coloring too. You can see the little newsprint dots and stuff. And then there's some pinup work too, like there's one right here. And others. So there's a lot to take in. It's a $10 book. Like I said, I would say it's mature, so caution there if you are a minor watching this video. Next we have Teen Titans number 43. This is the variant cover. Haven't been buying it recently, but basically Damian Wayne walks away from the Teen Titans. He did something unethical. Either he like mind wiped or killed one of their villains they were facing, and the team didn't know about it, and Batman basically finds out about it and, you know, regulates as well. So this is Damian Wayne officially stepping away from the team to reevaluate himself, I would imagine. So yeah, here's the KG Beast. He was responsible for shooting Dick Grayson in the head and, you know, causing his memory loss and all that. So once again, another chance for Damian to seek justice for something horrible that happened to Nightwing. So this once again will be interesting, and we can see the team here is keeping him from repeating the mistake he did to the previous villain that they encountered. So next I got Dark Knight's Death Metal number 2. This is the Lobo variant, and I'm actually behind. I haven't read my part one I have yet, but we have a nice cardstock cover on there. I don't know who painted the cover, but From what I'm hearing, like this is trying to have a lot more levity than the previous like metal series and just Scott Snyder in general. So I guess it's a bit out of character is what I've been hearing more or less. So I haven't read it myself yet, but what I have seen, it's basically more or less a fever dream from what I can gather. It's like even the that car you saw, that monster truck, apparently that is actually a Batman too. Like he's kind of like a transformer sort of a thing. I forget what he's called though. Yeah, his name is the Batmobeast. So just weird stuff like that. So, I mean, I'm still interested to see where it goes, but it's strange to see Snyder take that turn from, creating such, kind of dark stuff like the Court of Owls and things like that. Next, we have Batgirl number 47. This is the Terry Dodson cover. This is the variant. And I did flip through it earlier. I didn't read it though, but the art definitely seems very reminiscent of Sean Gordon Murphy to me. So props to the artist on this book. I know that no artist really wants to be compared to another artist, but I would say when it's a good artist, it can't be that bad, right? See, I'm trying to see if I can find the name of that artist. Oh yeah, so it's Robbie Rodriguez. So I'm trying to remember recently. I think he helped create Spider-Gwen, if I'm not mistaken. So next is Action Comics number 1023. This is the Parillo variant. I'm surprised they're not getting the cover, like the hardcover, the cardstock on a lot of these variants. I think maybe they can pull it off more with the Batman ones, I guess, than the others. Because people just kind of gobble Batman up. So we see the Red Cloud here making another appearance. The colors on this book are throwing my camera out of whack, because there's like a color balance on the camera. Apparently it doesn't like the blue or the red. So let's see, I think we're about 5 or so books in. So let's look at one of these mystery boxes here. So with these boxes originally, so these were supposed to be for Free Comic Book Day, May 2nd. Every year Funko puts out a pop for it. So for this year they wanted to do a mystery box. And when it was originally marketed, they said there's 3 different boxes with 3 different shirts, 3 different comics, 3 different pops. And so I was like, that sounds great. I will pre-order that, one of each. And so, and that's the thing, they said, like, the shirt matches the pop, matches the comic, 3 different. I said, cool, I'll get all 3. So on the bottom of the box, if you're in a shop, they will show which number the t-shirt is. So this is box number 1, t-shirt number 1. So if you don't want to get duplicate t-shirts, check those if you want to get all 3 shirts. The drawback is they went in a slightly different direction. So I already pre-popped all the tape on these, but I haven't looked inside of them. So what you get is a Loki pop with the stickers on there for free pre-comic book day with the previews exclusive. He is holding Thor's hammer there. So pretty nice pop. Really trying to play up a Loki for the Disney Plus series that's coming, I believe, is the main reason for doing this. So, not a bad pop. He's got the little horn crown and everything. And then basically there are different things you could win. So you could find this pop signed by the CEO of Funko, Brian Mariotti. And then you can also find variant covers of the comics. So this one here, this is the common. This is the common. This is for when Thor just relaunched with Donny Cates. So this is still a variant cover of that comic. So it says variant cover here, variant edition. So you get this Loki pop illustration. So there's another version that has where the background is purple. And I believe that one is the most rare. And then the writing up here is in yellow, I believe. And then there's another one that's the Virgin variant, which doesn't have any trade dress. And that's like the medium rare one. And then some of these boxes have a golden ticket, which gets you like a Funko prize pack. So I'm not sure if it's inside of here or not. I'll look and see. I don't think it would be, but I'm not sure. I haven't seen anyone win yet. So yeah, this is the new Thor here, #1, which sold pretty well to my understanding. And I don't see any sort of insert. So yeah, I'm not sure about which ones would have it in it, if it would be a loose card or not. But then you get a t-shirt. And so here is t-shirt #1. If you like this design, go for t-shirt #1 on the box. But yeah, that's the only main difference between the boxes is the shirts, not the pops, not the comic. So knowing that, how they switched it up, and I went off the solicitation of 3 different pops matching 3 different shirts with 3 different covers, that bums me out, because I pre-ordered and invested, and now I'm gonna have 3 of this pop. The shirts will be different, and I might get the other prize items, but yeah. Alright, let's see what is the next book we got here. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #106. A overwhelmed turtle babysitting here on the cover. This is the Eastman variant. And okay, so Sophie Campbell is still doing the art on this. I thought the last issue was gonna be the her last one she was gonna draw, so apparently that's not the case. They may have approached her and asked her to stick around. She is one of the more popular Turtles artist. There's a nice mouser there. The inks look looser on this though. It looks a little bit more sketchy. So I don't think that is her doing. She usually has kind of like a thicker, tighter ink. Or at least how she draws. I don't know about who inks over her, but this certainly feels like a different artist based upon the inking. Okay, so it's kind of tricky here. So, story. So Sophie wrote it. The art is by Nielsen Daniel, it says. So, kind of trying to emulate Sophie a bit there. Which you can see, like the head shape and the eyes and everything. But she's still writing it, I guess. Next we have the Batman number 95. This is the Joker War Part 1. If you're not buying Batman yet, this is where you need to go. Brand new storyline, one of the most talked about upcoming events. I would imagine you can just follow it in just the Batman story, but there are a lot of tie-ins with the other Bat family books as well. So I'm trying to get every single issue, so we'll see how that works. But I'm looking forward to it. And then it might lead into this Three Jokers storyline. Not really sure, but this is definitely another big deal too. So if you're skipping this, this would be the other one I would say try to get. And this is going to be a 3-part miniseries. And I think it's $8 per, but it's their bigger books. Nice art here with the buildings in the rain. Got Jorge Jimenez on the art. On some punchline. So next we have the Batman 95 variant. Very destructive Joker cover here. And of course, give it a little tap for you guys. I'd say this is one of the cooler variant covers I've seen by Francesco here. See the Batman in the background. I don't know what's going on down here. This could be talons, I don't know. Look at this bat here. A lot of detail on this. He's got his jacket pulled open. We got a bomb in there. Very cool. Next we have Nightwing number 72. This is the variant cover. Yet again, some more impressive buildings that I cannot wrap my head around. And this is a Joker War tie-in, as was the Batgirl. And we see Batgirl's actually in this issue too. So we see old Rick here, the big old grin on his face. I'm sure there's been some sort of Joker interaction. I don't think I've read any of the stuff I picked up from my last haul yet, so I'm sure something happened in the previous one I got there. Then we have Turtles Urban Legends number 25. It's almost over. So yeah, I've been enjoying, just kind of how bizarre it is. But I like the IDW New Turtles a lot better than this. But it'll be interesting to see how it all wraps up. Here we go, we got Krang in a robo suit here. As it should be. Different type of suit though, that's kind of interesting. And then I was just trying to complete my Power Rangers Turtles variant covers. This is the Black Ranger being held by Leo. And I'll give you a shot of the interiors just because. But I highly recommend it if you like either of those Turtles or Power Rangers. You won't be disappointed. Okay. So next we will grab another one of these mystery boxes. This has t-shirt number 2 in it. So if you like what this one is here, box number 2. Let's see. Okay. Another common Loki, not signed. Another common comic. So here is t-shirt number 2. So he's got a cockily spinning the hammer there. And yeah. So that's shirt number 2. Next, let's check out this right here. So if you don't know what this is, back in 1990, they released this. This was the comic book collector's kit. So I think they released this previously too, because as you'll see here, these are obviously some very classic images here, and these books are some classic ones too. I actually used to have. This is when my cap run started. That's issue 200, I believe, of Captain America. But inside you get 5 out-of-print Marvel Comics, a sturdy, fully illustrated cardboard box, 10 bags. I don't know why you'd get 10 instead of 5. There's a comic book collecting guide, and then the Overstreet price guide as well. So these images here, and I believe this one was used on the Impel Marvel Cards box for Series 1 or 2. I can't remember. So I actually got this. My memory of this, I had a series of shots I had to get done with the doctor, and afterwards my mom, to reward me, she bought this at our local military base exchange. So I have already assembled, this is the comic box here, and I can't even really get it fully in frame, but there's a Wolverine image there, Cap with Hulk, and then there's like Spidey. Sorry, I don't want to move the camera really, because then the rest of the video will be really weird camera. But yeah, just kind of the Ramita Senior Spidey, I believe. So you could hold, I don't know, maybe 50 comics in here. But the box is the main thing that I loved about it, so. But the inside contents, and this gives you another shot at what the box looks like there. You can kind of make it out. See, there's the Spidey on the lid. So they're totally random. So I'll set this aside. This is the All About Comic Book Collecting there. It's a little paper guide. Here's our very small Overstreet price guide with art by Jim Valentino on the cover too. And then we have our bags, which have been folded in half, which was very considerate of them. Which I'm sure at the time there's not really a crease in them. But as you can see now, there's a nice permanent crease, so it could flatten out. And there's your missed bag noise for the video. So they gave you 10 of these. I don't know why they didn't give you any backing boards. Let's see what books we got. So bear in mind, they said all these were out of print when they packaged this box. So we have West Coast Avengers number 56. Which this was actually one that was in the box that I got as a kid. So this is some John Byrne art here. Wonderfully rendered. Pretty sure it is, yes. Written by John Byrne as well. So yeah, at the time when I got this, I believe my mom took it right away because she didn't want us to have scantily clad women comics. But I do remember that cover for sure. I have a slightly photographic memory, if that makes any sense. But I might have to go back and give these a look. I wasn't aware that John Byrne had even done that series. This is kind of a classic cover here. So this is Silver Surfer number 34. First of a new era of greatness. So it has Thanos on the cover here with Silver Surfer. So yeah, I've never read this, but I'm very excited. Like, this looks good. It's a nice quality splash page there. You can just really see the care and the time that went into this book. That's what I really appreciate about the older days, I guess. Look at the work on that. Aspire to dream, right? I am surprised I haven't seen a title image here yet to tell me who the artist is. I mean, I could guess it's Ron Lim, but I'm not sure if that's right. Okay, yeah, so it is Ron Lim. Here's the last page here. So very cool. It looks like he meets the Silver Surfer meets Thanos on the last page. Very cool. Next one here, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 320. We have a nice Eric Larson cover here. I think this was in the one that I got previously. I love like all the little bullet holes and everything. And I think he did all the interiors too. This was just right before all the Image stuff. So he took over from Todd when Todd got off of Spider-Man. And then, you know, he quickly joined them and became part of the Image boys, you know. Yeah, really just tight, detailed pencils. That's Spidey there in the shadows. Let's see if there was a big last page reveal. This is a cool Spidey right here, though. I like this too. So glad to have that one. Next we have, I used to own this, but I didn't get this in this collection here. This is Captain America number 368, where he fights Magneto, which I'm sure would actually take not that long because he would just grab his shield. So yeah, Ron Lim was doing the art on this one too. See Crossbones here. He was a relatively newer character at this time. I don't remember when his first appearance was. I think it was during Acts of Vengeance, but I could be wrong. But yeah, see here, like, I noticed like more of the scale detail and stuff here. That's why I wasn't sure if he had done that Silver Surfer book I showed. But definitely a lot of detail. Ron is a master for sure. He's one of the few artists who I admire who I haven't met yet. Hopefully he will come. He was supposed to come to the Washington State Fair convention this year, and then, you know, obviously everything else happened. So this is Diamondback, who was Captain America's love interest at the time. Here's some Magneto action there. Yes, you see he gets his shield right away, it looks like. Oh, it's a robot. Let's say I think that's the Machine Smith on the earlier page there. I think this is the Machine Smith. Yeah, I would say so. I was so busy talking I wasn't looking. And finally, we have Fantastic Four, number 327. This looks like a Walt Simonson cover. I'm sure he did the interiors too. But this was one I haven't read yet either. Yep, he was writing and drawing Fantastic Four at the time. Look at this, wow. Little trippy image there. So it certainly looked like Walt was trying to do some very crazy things too. I remember when he had done some Superman work. I remember this little weird sketch here too. It always stuck with me. I don't know what it is though. Wanted to see this for a minute. So yeah, this is just collecting, I think, stuff from the 60s on up for Marvel in this Overstreet book. So it's funny to see. Here's the nice Masterworks that I vividly remember this with a detailed border of all the characters. But it's funny to see the worth of what books were back then, you know. So we can look. I'm going to find Amazing Fantasy here. So here we go, Amazing Fantasy. So in good condition was worth $280. In fine condition, $1,120, and in mint condition, $2,800. So yeah, slightly different pricing now. So it's just kind of fun to go back and see what books were worth at that time. And the real question is if anyone who had it at that time still has it and is still having it appreciate value and is waiting to sell it, or just keeping it in their personal collection. So this I vaguely remember. I remember the cover, but not so much anything else with it. So this just kind of talks about some random things here. The brief history of comics. Where to find them, what to collect. Just different sort of things. So, just a fun little thing there. So we still have one mystery box to go, and then we'll show off my San Diego Comic-Con pops, and then we'll end on that big Grail artist commission. Alright, so this is going to be box number 3. T-shirt number 3 inside. If you want this shirt, go for this box. So we have another common Loki, which it's still a cool pop, but I don't want 3 of them. another common, looks like, yep. Another common Thor #1. And then we have our t-shirt. So this one is a white t-shirt, and it kind of has like a card image on it here. So we see the new Loki, and then on the reverse we see the classic Loki style there. So it's a cool image. I'm kind of bummed that it's on a white shirt though. You're likely to see like my hair come through the shirt. White shirts typically highlight that in nice pit stains, but we'll see what happens. So I didn't win anything. So my advice is, out of those 3 boxes, try to get whichever shirt you like the best, and so you don't have a ton of common Lokis and, you know, the common covers. So each one was around $35, which is about retail for what you get. Exclusive pops are usually around $15, shirts around $15, comics around $5. So everything in the box is retail value, unless you get a prize. So next I want to talk about my San Diego Comic-Con Funko Pop hunt. They did it on the website this year, and I was able to get 3 of the pops I wanted. I didn't get all of them I wanted. There's kind of an error within the system. There's just so many people that crashes the site. In the shipping, there's a shipping error that like just keeps chugging. It doesn't load the shipping rate, even though it's always $6.95. So because of that, if you're sitting there waiting for that to go through, then you're missing out while other people are selecting the same pops you selected. So I selected 12 pops, and out of all of them, only 2 of them weren't sold out. And then I went back and got another version of one of the pops that sold out. They had 2 different versions of that pop. So I'll show that off when I get those. But one of the main ones I was trying to get was the Cyborg Superman pop. So the next day at the HQ, which I live close by, so I was like, well, they might have some of the convention ones there, especially the Funko ones, you know, because they have shared exclusives. So like some are at Target, some are at Hot Topic and stuff. So he said, I'll check the HQ and see if they have the Funko ones. So I lined up there around 10:30. They opened at 11, and they didn't have any convention ones, but they had the Johnny Quest pop that had sold out. And it has a Bandit in there too, which I love Johnny Quest, like, because it just looked like an animated comic book, you know, with the heavy line work and detail and stuff. So glad I got this. This sold out on their shop in like minutes when it came out a couple weeks ago. So then I got on a bus for about 2 hours, because on Target's website, they said that there was some available at a Target that was 2 hours away on bus. So I bussed down there and I talked to the guy, and he had no clue where the Cyborg Superman pops were, because he had no clue. So showed them on the site and in the system, but they weren't there. So he said, put your name down and phone number, and I'll call you if we find them. So then I walked across the street to the mall, didn't find anything there. But then when I was at the mall, he called and said, hey, I found all 8 of them. They were in another non-Funko marked box. So he said, if you can come down here, you can get one. We can't specifically hold it, but if you can make it here, you can get one. So because of that, when I got there was 2 left. There was 1 damaged, and then I got this one. So glad I got it, because it was one of the pops I wanted the most. And it's in good shape too, so glad my time waiting and bussing and all that wasn't wasted, you know. And then whenever I went to the HQ in the morning, there were a couple common ones I saw there, but I wanted to see if I could get some of the convention ones first. So then I came back at the end of the day after I picked up the Cyborg one to see if they had any more they put out. So saw these earlier in the morning, but I was able to get them later. These are the Bill Murray What About Bob Pops, which I love Bill Murray and I love this movie. So this is the Don't Hassle Me, I'm Local shirt one. And then this is just kind of the common one. This is when he first is talking with the doctor and he's got his book there, the baby steps. You know, little baby steps out of the office onto the elevator. And then he's got his fish gill in the jar around his neck there. So they do have another one that's going to be a Walmart exclusive that has him in the life vest when he's tied to the mast of the boat. Where he's like, I'm sailing. So that one's coming. I'll get that too. So those are all my pops that I got. So finally, big moment here. I never, ever, ever thought that I would get this item. So, and I'm not really sure, it just kind of fell into my lap on eBay. So, this is a Fallen Sun commission cover done by Joe Simon, who is the co-creator of Captain America. So, he did this around the time of whenever Captain America died. He did a few conventions, and basically the guy who got it, he asked him if he could do like a sketch form. And he said, I can't do one on site, but if you give me your information, I can mail it to you when I'm done. So that's what he did. And there's a few Joe Simon books on eBay right now still, and they're crazy expensive. This one I lucked out on, but I looked it over, and like those books have the same quality, like color and everything, and it looks like he did them around the same time. Signature looks great. Writing matches his, the all caps and all that. So it's not authenticated, but I believe it's 100% legit. And it is a tribute piece to this classic image of Cap here, which unfortunately this is the recolored, digitally remastered image there, but that's the image that Joe is trying to conjure there with the updated shield and stuff. So very cool. I never thought I would ever get this. And as a side too, this past week was the first time I got my official Google AdSense pay from YouTube. So you all kind of helped me get this. Like, it didn't cover the full cost of this book, but it certainly helped. So I'm so grateful for everyone who watches and supports. Plenty more to come. And then I do have another Grail that hopefully will be here by my next comic haul, but we'll see. So, as always, like, comment, subscribe, share this out. Once we hit 2,000, we will be doing a giveaway. Something signed, I'm not sure what yet, but as always, you all have a super slumber. Thanks so much. Bye.